Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The red button. If you place it in front of a woman, she won't hesitate to press it. Or these days, yeah, it seems like it's getting worse and worse. It is the divorce button. And this is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hid it from her in the first place. He did not give it to her, but gave it to the man. If the divorce would be in the woman's hand, she would just say, "You are divorced, go. You are divorced." Yani, talaq, just like that. Just talaq, khalas. She would basically be divorcing you 5, 6, 7, 10 times a day, maybe. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has placed it with a man in a safe hand. Ah, yes, there are men who throw it away just like that. And these men are not very mature and they just do it very simple, very easily because, well, they're children. They don't understand responsibility and they don't understand what it comes with. However, overwhelming majority of men do not actually. Contrary to popular opinion, a lot of women think that men just divorce. No, no, no. They're very hesitant. They do not do it except in the last case scenario. They do not want to lose their family. They do not want to lose their children, their wives. They do not. Even when these wives misbehave. And even I have cases where sometimes the women cheat. But you see, the secular and civil law has put this red button right in front of her. And so she now lives in this psychological crisis. Should I divorce now? Should I do it now? Hey, Salma, what do you think? Hey, Fatima, what do you think? Should I divorce him? Should I press that button right now? Because I can, because they gave it to me. It's right in front of me. It looks so pretty. It looks so green. It's so big. I can just press it because I think I could get someone better. And this is a crisis that she can never escape except by, well, pressing the button, according to her. Or shoving that button away and destroying that button and removing it from her front. Even though society shoves it in her face, if she fears Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, she understands the rules and the hikmah as why Allah has given it to man and not to women, she will kick it away and submit to Allah's rule that the man has the divorce button in front of him. Again, while some men have been using it the wrong way, they're not even close to. They're not the majority. They're very, very small minority that stand out because, well, they are very hurtful cases. And a lot of women will take that and generalize it and make it like all men divorce. No. Men will really take their time, think, ponder, pray, try their best to fix the situation before they lose their family. However, we find that we live in a time where women just want to press the button. They just want to press the button like it's some sort of a reality show. Not to mention the bad advice that they get from their sisters around them, at the masjid even. This is now a big catastrophe. It is not like on the man's side where men used to just divorce and throw talaq just like that. يعني روح انت مطلقة انت مطلقة انت مطلقة. Now the woman says انت مطلق انت مطلق روح انت مطلق طلق خلص finish. This is what the women are doing now. Those men are not good, but they're a minority that have been generalized and pushed all over to make it look like all men like to divorce and just throw the divorce card and that they like to emotionally manipulate women. There are some of those men, but they're not the majority. Right now, the crisis that we're dealing with, though, the truth, the reality is that it has become a trend amongst women. It is some sort of a majority now that is taking this trend, or at least they're very, very tempted to press that button. Not to mention the society, media, social media that glamorizes divorce. For God's sake, there is haflatul talaq, which is a party for divorce that is now done in Muslim countries, in places like Sudan, in certain places. They are celebrating divorce, sadly. What a big musibah that is. My dear brothers and sisters, we need to understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed the laws of Islam with a purpose. He says, أَلَا يَعْلَمُ مَنْ خَلَقَ وَهُوَ اللَّطِيفُ الْخَبِيرُ. Does he not know who he created? The men and the women are not the same. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, وَلَيْسَ ذَكَرُ كَالْأُنْثَى. I'm going to keep repeating this qaida and this verse of the Quran over and over again 1,000 times till it goes through people's thick skulls. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. He is inil hukum illa lillah. This hukum belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He knows why He has made what He has made. My dear brothers, specifically sisters. For the brothers, well, it's in line with our fitrah. It is, in a sense, easier. For the sisters, this is their jihad, their submission to the rules of Allah, that this is in the hands of the man. A big responsibility. And when this, which they've not been created for, falls in the hands of the women, disaster. Not only because of what the consequences are, but the consequences on her own soul, her own mind, her own mental and spiritual health and well-being. She starts hating herself after some time. She starts feeling like a man, but she transforms into a man almost. That's what the world wants. He wants the women to transform into men, the men to transform into women. Subhanallah. So, my dear sisters, please submit to Allah. Understand that Allah has given man this big responsibility, not you. Don't listen to society. Kick it. Kick that button from in front of you and say, I don't need this. وَكَفَى بِاللَّهِ وَكِيلًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is enough for me as a protector. I don't need anything like this from this society. I do not need these ideas and this indoctrination that is poisonous. And it might sound to you like it is freedom. Because guess what? Shaitan doesn't come and tell you, hey, here you go, drink some alcohol. No, he's going to tell you, hey, this is water. Tastes a bit bitter, but don't worry, it's good for you. He's going to trick you to believe that this is halal and this is your right and this is good and the men are bad and that's why you're doing it. It's a consequence and you're a victim and that you have to finally wake up in this modern century, that we don't live in the 13th century anymore. All these so-called rational explanations that supposedly make sense to Allah are only the tricks of shaitan. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that this is what shaitan has done. He has made very beautifying these evil deeds. So, my sisters, leave this. Leave this whole culture of divorce. Leave this because statistically you are responsible for about 70% of initiations and divorces. And I know, again, you have something to respond right away when you hear this. No, but brothers are this and men are not good. And finally we have freedom and we are not going to be their slaves and their maids and this and that. If you really analyze what you're saying, you'll find that it's just mumbo jumbo explanations. It's not real evidence. Why? Because they've been giving you a script that every time someone brings something of value to you, of knowledge, you say, no, but what about this? But what about that? But I don't like this. And look at this example. They have deceived you. And you will see it when you start hating yourself in your mid-30s and 40s when you're alone. Yes, there's some bad men out there. And yes, there's some bad women out there. But we're created to be together. We're created to help each other. وَتَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى. To help each other and protect each other. But there's also rules and regulations and there's positions that are given from Allah and you cannot take the position of a man. And a man cannot take your position. So wake up and come back to the Quran Sunnah. You don't need the system. You don't need Oprah and Dr. Phil and Hollywood and TikTok and Snapchat. You don't need these things to teach you what is your life and what you should be as a woman. Nor you as a man, my brother. Come back to the Quran Sunnah. Kick this divorce button away, sisters. Let it be in the hands of the man. Let men be responsible with it. Let's break this horrific trend of women initiating divorces 70% of the time. It is destroying the ummah. It's in front of them. It's shiny. It's red. And you just want to press it. Every time you're emotional, every time you're angry, every time something doesn't go in your way, you just want to throw in the towel. Men are different. They're more resilient. I'm not talking about those men, that little portion of men that the whole world has blown out of proportion and has focused on and zoomed in on to make you believe that this is how all men are. No, that's been a deception. I'm talking about the men who have this responsibility and they are created to handle it and they will not press that button except in the worst case scenario. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect all of us. Barakallahu fikum. Let me know what you believe and what you think, and make sure you click the links in the description, and support this video and support other videos. Make a donation, a monthly donation, so you can help me continue to this work and educate people about these sensitive topics. Barakallahu fikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.